Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with elite forces. He said there had been some excellent successes, and he said that nothing will stop them. Israel hasn't given a lot of details about its offensive and has shied away from calling it a full-on invasion. However, they had said that they have sent in troops and tanks and special forces and bulldozers, all accompanied by air power that they say are going to help its offensive. Israel has said that there are two main objectives for going into Gaza. One is to obliterate Hamas, they say. The other is to get back its hostages. There are some 240 hostages that are in Gaza. They were taken when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. There have been more than 1,400 people in Israel killed since the beginning of the war. The majority were killed on that day. Right now, it appears that Israel's coming at its offensive from three different ways. One is from the northeast of Gaza, the other is from the south of Gaza City, so they can cut off that north-south access, and the other is from the northwest of Gaza. Israel said that in the last few hours it killed 130 militants, it hit key infrastructure, and it also took out some of its weapons. Israel is also using air power in its operations in Gaza, and some of that air power has hit the Jabalia refugee camp earlier this week. Hamas said that hundreds of people were killed. It's unclear what the exact death toll was. Israel said that Hamas was using that for their operations, and they were using civilians as human shields. While people were still looking for survivors and digging family members out of the rubble, Israel struck another refugee camp on Thursday south of Gaza City. The Associated Press saw images of a boy, his face bloody, while workers tried to pull him out. President Joe Biden made suggestions that there should be a humanitarian pause. This is in order to get aid into Gaza and to allow foreign nationals to get out and potentially allow time for more hostages to be released. But the United States has not called for a ceasefire. However, there has been increasing push for there to be this pause in order to alleviate the crisis in Gaza. Let's listen to what Antony Blinken had to say.
We will be talking about concrete steps that can and should be taken to minimize harm to men, women, and children in Gaza. Israel has not only the right but the obligation to defend itself and also to take steps to try to make sure that this never happens again. We've also said very clearly and repeatedly that how Israel does this matters.
Gaza's Ministry of Health, which is run by Hamas, has said that more than 9,000 people in Gaza have been killed since the beginning of the war. Nearly 1.5 million people have been internally displaced. And even though Israel has told people to move from the north, where these attacks are taking place, to the south, hundreds of thousands of people still remain in schools, in hospitals, and in shelters. Aid groups are saying it's becoming increasingly impossible to get assistance in and for people to get out.